shut him away, not shut them away, shut him, not shut the doors on him.
It's really sad sight to see that, even people, some people, even some families who would believe like an outsider that, that he doesn't have autism, when he really does have autism. It's a shame that his family's not even
really considerate of what he's going through. And
today we're going to be talking about the AI channels that are coming out defending Cyrax, Andy Ditch, and a bunch of other like PDF file Lolcows. I did cover these before, and because when it did come out, everybody was like, oh my gosh, this is Andy, he's changing his voice and everything. But now that's not true. We actually have confirmation that most of these accounts are being ran by another guy. The accounts are being ran by a guy called David Nguyen. Let's get into this drama.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Nicole Ramirez, and I am a licensed counselor professional and a psychologist. I was contacted by a friend of mine who referred to me about this guy named Andrew Ditch, who is an autistic man, I believe, from Tonawanda, New York. So she asked me, if I think that Andrew Ditch does have autism. And after reviewing some of his videos and stuff, and all the stuff, I have came to the conclusion that Mr. Ditch does have autism. I believe he has a very low functioning type of autism, and I think it is true that he does have autism. He's showing signs of really low functioning autism, such as he can't wipe himself, possibly cannot cook for himself. Also, too, is that he seems like he can't cross the street if there's no one to guide him. But throughout my whole years of experience and when I went to school, and through my learning, I have, through my background of education, I have came to the conclusion that Mr. Ditch does have autism. Looks like a low-functioning type of autism. It looks like he has been trying to get the diagnosis, but no one believes him. He probably needs to keep on trying to find other different doctors until he could find one that would actually advocate for him and would get him the right diagnosis. A lot of people I've read through some of the comments and some
true stuff around I've seen online on a lot of videos on Kiwi tapes and stuff, and a lot of people are jumping to conclusions saying that this guy doesn't have autism. When they haven't done any really research yet to know what someone who has autism symptoms are and how they are.
So, it's clear like this guy, he definitely has autism. There's no doubt about it. It's true. He does have autism. And so I think his doctors and his doctors and some of the doctors he went to, they're misdiagnosing him. They really need to give the guy the right diagnosis so that he could get the accommodations that he needs to live. It's really sad to see the man suffer through these things, and how no one's really helping him. Even his little family is shutting him off, which is really sad. As someone, with him having autism, you would think that that family would care for him, but shut him away, not shut them away, shut him, not shut the doors on him.
It's really sad sight to see that, even people, some people, even some families who would believe like an outsider that, that he doesn't have autism, when he really does have autism. It's a shame that his family's not even
really considerate of what he's going through, and what he is, when he does have autism. It kind of bewilders me that they would believe like a doctor who says he's faking it over what he's displayed. I think the guy really does have autism, and from my experience and my background education, I would say that Mr. Ditch does have autism, and he needs to get the accommodations that he needs, because I hate to see him become homeless. That's the last thing I want to see him as. So hopefully things will get better for him.
It's funny halfway through the video that the AI voice changer switches to a male, which is just so funny. But I did do research on this doctor here. It turns out that this person, quote unquote person, is actually a real person. So Andy, this David guy, they have been using real people now. So basically this account, these AI accounts are doing identity theft. They're taking the identity of real people and making them say these things with AI. So the actual lady that Dr. Ramirez, quote unquote, is supposed to be, is actually Glenda Flores, who is a Latin American studies teacher at UC Irving. And I actually have a video of her speaking.
101 years. And we're here today with Glenda Flores, who's an associate professor at UCS Irving in Chicano Latino Studies and an author of a book entitled Latina Teachers, Creating Careers and Guarding Culture. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Well, what are the courses that you teach?
So some of the courses that I teach at UC Irvine are Introduction to Chicano Latino Studies, Latinos in Labor, Latinx Education, and Gender and Ethnicity Chicano Latinas in the U.S.
And crazy that now we have Lolcows trying to defend themselves by using real people's images, identity theft, but then changing their voices and what they do for a living to fit their narrative to defend themselves. And this poor woman, this Glenda Flores, has no idea that this is going on and that her images are being used. And this is not the only other AI channel that has come up using other real people's images. I've seen videos using I Am Wonder, who is a YouTuber and has made videos covering Andy Ditch and everything. And then these AI channels make this real person, I Am Wonder, say that, oh, Andy Ditch does have autism, or Cyrax is, a great guy. And there are a lot of these channels. The sad part is that every single day that this is going on, there are more and more of these popping up. And a lot of these channels only have one video, and then all of a sudden they switch to a new account and post the same videos. Now let's get into the reason why. A lot of people on the internet are now starting to speculate that these channels aren't Andy's, they're actually another Lolcow called David, as I said before. And the reason why they're starting to suspect is because one Reddit user actually got a copyright strike for putting out one of these videos and found that it was actually David that did the copyright, which means it wouldn't be Andy.
Hello everyone, this is a different type of video compared to what I typically upload. I figured I would upload this to shed some light on someone. This channel is primarily about Andrew Ditch, but it has come to my attention that the person behind all of his AI bullshit defense channels may actually not be his, but rather belong to a guy named David Nguyen. He appears to be against trolling, akin to Chris Chan, but he chooses to defend known pedophiles, such as Andrew Ditch and Chance Wilkins. From a write-up made by user u/specialistfun5239 on the Lolcow Live and Andrew Ditch subreddits, David has a history of sexual assault, as well as calling the death of music biz Marties, Cyrax's most infamous troll/detractor, karma. David is a very angry man who is known to flip out at people when his identity gets released. He has also threatened violence, rape, kidnapping, bombings, and shootings while being angry. Despite David's actions, he somehow has friends, his best friend being Andy, even though in this archive, it is stated that their friendship has been dying for months, with these channels potentially being the final straw. Because we all know how Andy reacts when people talk shit about him, and when he finds his friend is doing this, he'll probably be pissed. He also has a few other friends, with him taking advantage of them for financial gain and using them as scapegoats for his anger. He had a friend who was 16 while David was 21, named Sam. David decided to stay at his house, ruining several expensive valuables such as a sofa, lamp, car, and forced Sam to pay for a Christmas tree that David broke while shopping. David and Sam's friendship ended when Sam got a girlfriend, which caused David to steal money and destroy Sam's property. I think y'all get the point. David's an insane guy. I will leave u/specialistfun5239's archive in the description. It is quite the read. That's all I have for today, so stay safe.
This David guy actually has a history of doing this. In the Reddit archive that covers this guy, which I did link down in my more information section, he actually started off by making these trolling accounts of William Gloryhole, a Cyrax troll. Same videos that we are seeing being made about Andy and Cyrax on these older channels, but are calling out William Gloryhole for being a terrible troll, quote unquote, to Chance. And a lot of people have been going to these AI videos and they are trying to bait this David guy into that he is the one making these videos. And someone actually did a good job on baiting him, because there was one comment that said, hey, you know, are you a part of the cow defense group? And this Dr. Rodriguez profile said, oh yeah, I'm a part of this one, and another part of, you know, to stop these trollings. And that's actually something big. Like in the exposed video on David that I put in this one, he hates the trolls. So it actually makes sense for him to be making all these AI accounts that go nowhere about the trolling and everything. It makes sense that he's the one. I just wanted to come on here and talk about these AI videos because we have had some new lore dump on these, that it's not actually Andy, it seems to be this David guy doing this and actually now starting to copyright strike people. So I just want to give you guys these updates. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.